My dear people of the Southern Cameroons, accept revolutionary greetings from me, John Ba Akuro. Today is Sunday, the 4th of October, 2020. I'm bringing revolutionary greetings to all and sundry, everybody on the territory of the Southern Cameroons and all Southern Cameroonians around the world. I would say that a few days gone after our independence celebration, we continue to receive a lot of videos showing tremendous outpouring of joy, support, and determination by the people who continue, despite the efforts of the enemy, La République du Cameroun, to try and make it impossible for our people to show that they are still very resilient and ready to fight all the way for self-determination, for total freedom, to guarantee and secure our independence. My people, there is nothing more I can say than indicating how proud I am to be a Southern Cameroonian. The other day when I was talking on SCBC, I mentioned, and that was on October 1, I mentioned that even if I had to be born again, I would still ask God to bring me up in Southern Cameroons, because our people have proven to the world that we are a special breed, have proven to the world that we are a chosen people, that we are those kind of people whose determination never gets broken by whatsoever. Even internal strife brewed by the enemy, brewed by agents provocateurs who have been, placed in our midst to cause confusion, all their activities, all their moves, all plans they have put in place to destabilize the struggle have not worked. They have even worked overtime to try and see how to make our people hate their own quest for freedom by infiltrating all segments of our struggle to bring pain, suffering, and all forms of torture to our people. But the brave people of the Southern Cameroons have been able to remain clairvoyant and to pick the chaffs completely out and leave the substance so that they will find reason to continue fighting for what they believe in. My people, by our actions, by coming out in huge numbers as we did on the 1st of October in almost every locality of the Southern Cameroons, and by staying indoors where it was impossible to come out because we were going to record deaths, we had a hitch-free and very important and interesting celebration in 2020. The soldiers of the République du Cameroun and all those who were getting ready for a bloodbath were hugely disappointed. I understand that they worked overtime to identify places where they could spill blood, but unfortunately for them, it didn't work this time around. I know, and I got the story of how they got so deep into Bafut in one very remote locality in Bafut local government area. And they were tipped off that the people had cooked food, bought drinks and all whatnot to grace their celebrations. They stormed that village. Everybody escaped. Thank God no one was hurt. They burnt down every place and carted the food and drinks away to go and enjoy themselves on the occasion of our Independence Day. I know that the soldiers of La République du Cameroun, the government of La République du Cameroun, taken unawares, embarrassed by what they have seen, are planning greater trouble. I received a text message from someone on ground zero who happened to be sitting in a public place with some of the soldiers of La République du Cameroun, and I've heard one saying, we have to deal with these people, we have to bring down all those villages. And that was because they were watching. They were watching on their their Android phones, the celebrations going on everywhere. They were embarrassed, they were shocked, but they talked about bringing more pain and carnage, very bemused. My people, this has been our daily lot, but I'm taking this opportunity to urge all and sundry to know that the days ahead are going to be full of a lot of trouble. The days ahead are going to be marked with a lot of incursions from La République du Cameroun into our villages, into our settlements with the sole intention of spreading pain, with the sole intention of spreading death. Be on the watch. Be on the alert as seriously as possible. Keep people everywhere to gather information about troop movements and let all of us know so that we take precautions before they arrive. My dear people, we have been transformed into subhumans, into slaves on our own homeland, and the world is watching. I am convinced that someday soon we will be able to overcome this. If the Indians did, in the face of a huge army like that of the United Kingdom, and they did it by peaceful means, it is therefore not impossible for us to do it. If the Eritreans did, in the face of an all-powerful Ethiopia, it is not impossible that we will make it. If South Sudan succeeded to wring free from Sudan, we will succeed. East Timor had a similar story like ours. They battled for years on end. They faced a lot of vicissitudes just like we're doing. They had very difficult moments sometimes that led some, even some members of the East Timorese community, mocking at their fellow folks that their dreams of independence were a pipe dream. Today, East Timor is a country. My dear people, yes, we can. Yes, I'm convinced we will get there. Yes, I know the path ahead is still tortuous, but with the determination that we have made proof of, with the resilience that we have continued to show, my dear people, and with our clear belief in the fact that this struggle is ordained by God, and that God doesn't promise and fails to fulfill his promise, we will get there. Despite this disorder we find here and there once in a while, take note, we will get there. We are dealing with an enemy. We are dealing with a colonizer whose only weapon is divide and rule. That is what they know. And so we should be conscious of this and understand that if we want to base our support to this movement more by looking at the fact that people are not united, then we are losing a point. Because this division is what La République du Cameroon lives and thrives on. But unfortunately for them, we have decoded. We have understood this. They succeeded in keeping us in limbo for at least 50 years. I mean, the first 50 years, because we fell prey to that division. They divided us along northwest and southwest, created a myth of problems that never existed. But we were able to break the yokes of that division in 2016, 2017. And today they are jealous of our unity. They don't understand how we are making it. They don't understand how we are able to overcome all the pranks that they have put in place. They don't understand how we are able to survive their huge financial machinery that are spread here and there, bribing people out of the struggle here and there. But each time they take out 5 people, 300 people come in. Each time they succeed in derailing 20 people, 3,000 new people who were not believers in this movement for independence come in. And that is the beauty of the Southern Cameroon's quest for independence. We have to continue to be strong. We have to continue to be resolute, and we will get there. This video today I'm recording is basically to say thank you to all Southern Cameroonians all over the world. In whatever way you contributed in making this day great, thank you. In whatever way you contributed in making our people, be they refugees, be they internally displaced persons here and there, and be they the civil society on the ground, you did a great job. Thank you. And for those of you who worked overtime to make sure we fail, thank you. Because at least you made it possible for us to bring out our creative genius to overcome all the difficulties that you placed before us. And that has become the most defining principle in our quest for independence today. We will continue to identify obstacles. We will continue to overcome them. My dear people, this final piece of information before I go. I have gathered from security sources in the city of Bamenda that those buses brought in by the impostor mayor of Bamenda or by the impostor city mayor, the one who calls us city mayor, Mr. Occtober Paul, that those buses have security gadgets placed in them all over the place. And that those buses have secret cameras. Those buses have secret microphones. And that a lot of the times, or even all of the times, those buses will be moving around with La République du Cameroon security operatives in civilian uniform, just to try and listen in to people's conversations, just to try to spy onto people, follow them to various destinations, identify where people live so that when they are gone, they will find time and come in the dead of the night and pick out people for exactly what you know. So my dear people, stay clear. Be very careful. If you decide to get into those buses, be careful what you say. But I think the best piece of advice is stay away from them. You don't know when trouble strikes. You don't know when danger comes in. You don't know when you answer a call. And perhaps just what the other person is saying at the other end of the phone, or the other end of the cable, could land you into trouble because of the recordings that will be going on in those buses, because of the video cameras that have been hidden inside those buses, and sometimes because of the security man or woman sitting just next to you and you are not aware. Let us be wise, let us be careful, and let us avoid anything at all that has to do with the colonizer. There will always be traps. There will always be Trojan horses. So please stay on the watch. I will come again, my dear people. And when I come again, it will be for us to share some more very important piece of information and strategies on how we continue to prosecute our struggle going forward. Once more, congratulations and thank you to all those who by day and by night continue to defy all the odds and contribute to keep this movement going. Aluta continua. To God be the glory.